Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thought Leadership Thursday with Shick Esteve. And I have Irvin with me today. Morning, Aaron.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Welcome. I'm good. You are the Director of Systems and Products at Shick Esteve. Is that
Correct.
correct?
Yes, it is.
So, what do you do there? Anyway, no, let's start with your background. Um, you have spent quite a bit of time in ingredient automation.
Correct.
Yeah,
Basically,
how much experience do you have in this area?
a little more than the average bear, I would say. I spent my entire career here, and my entire career with Schick over the years. And so I've spent time all through our company, through sales, through project management, as part of our leadership team for a number of years. And spending a lot of time on the technical and construction side, leading our teams and leading projects. So, pretty wide variety, front to back, and really enjoy ingredient automation. So.
So every time someone brings you a new project, you'll be like the project lead and making sure everything is drafted correctly, you know, tested out.
Yes, at all different phases. A lot of the stuff that I do today is technical based, is supporting our teams as young engineers and project managers come aboard, helping them create successful outcomes on their projects by reviewing what the customer's needs are, making sure there's something that doesn't get overlooked in that process, and that ultimately we get them what they want. So,
Great. So that sounds like you've been on this job for quite some time.
a few decades.
Yeah. About maybe 15 years.
All together 28 plus.
What changes have you seen?
I've seen a lot of changes at the beginning. We obviously weren't even on computers here, so there's a lot of carbon form papers and projects handled in folders, and very few communications that weren't on a fax machine or site visits. So now we're on Teams meetings, Zoom meetings, and traveling regularly because it becomes just a form of being in front of the customer and seeing what's happening. So,
And why we are here today is because of what's going on behind you. That
correct.
thing is new. The whole tech center there is new. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
So a few years back, we were looking at how we would update the old, what we called test lab, and take it from more of just a dry ingredient testing facility, which we had done for many, many years at Schick. And so we were in the plans as we became a part of the Linksys group to update and upgrade that. As we saw our new sister companies come aboard with us, and we saw the opportunity to make a technology center for the entire group, we expanded those plans and looked to bring in a lot of the equipment you see in the background and you'll see in this review today.
So,
Far as
are you gonna take me on a tour?
I'd love to take you on a tour. We put one together just a little while back on video, and if we can go into that, it might give a quick preview.
All right, here, let's go.
So is the tool.
Wow, that was an amazing tour, Aaron.
All right.
So,
So
what are the testing and validation capabilities at your tech center?
So besides the dry ingredient ones that we would typically have for the larger scale bakeries, which are the typical dense phase, dilute phase, conveying technologies, and all of the scaling operations, we have many bulk and minor capabilities that we can test for. We can test a lot of dry ingredient blends now with the blending stack up we've added. Have the ability to do sifter validation and testing, whether it's looking at what type of throughput you're looking for, whether you're looking for whether ingredients could be sifted, what the sifting might do to the process. Um, with the dry blending, we also have flour chilling, which isn't used in a lot of applications, but for your frozen dough
Not
facility.
enough. Flour chilling is not done enough. A lot of the silos are out there in the summer, and just gets too hot, even though if it's not for frozen dough.
Right.
Flour chilling could be one of the tools that bakers can use to really control the quality of their final dough product. So is this flour chilling, how can you take me through how does this process work?
Well, a lot of bakers will use all their tools that they can throughout the year, whether that's chilled water or glycol systems, whatever it is,
Yeah, sometimes that doesn't even work as
and they
well.
can't quite get the last edge off, and so the
Right.
only outcome that they can look to do and get that temperature down is either adding ice instead of water or looking at chilling technology, and whether that's a CO2 or a nitrogen or
Oh,
even just
interesting.
fluidized cool air. There's multiple ways we can do that, and we've done them all here, and we can create those
Great.
scenarios in many applications. So
Great.
just
Does it take up a lot of space to add in an
uh,
extra
no,
flour chilling system?
no, it's mostly outdoors. There's some expense on the utility side, but your suppliers can typically walk you through that ROI. So
Interesting. Yeah. Would love to see that in action one of these days.
absolutely.
So with all the capabilities that you have at the tech center,
Mhm.
how would you help a customer prove their concept needs? Like say I have a brownie,
Mhm.
and I am scaling up and I need, all these blending and
Right.
chilling
So
systems.
depending on what they're trying to proof of concept on, whether that's just scaling up and using larger mixers that they're used to a smaller process, a more artisan process where it's all hand managed, and they are a little bit leery of going to full blown, you know, 200 kg batches or whatever that may be. We have the equipment here, whether it's batter, dough, whatever you're looking for, continuous mix, whatever that is. We can take you through that with some of our sister companies from the Linksys group. Go
What are
ahead.
the brands, Erin?
So our sister companies that have equipment out here in the tech center with us are Diosna and VMI. Also, Unifiller is a sister company, but we don't currently carry any of their testing equipment out here. That's all housed in their local facility in Canada. So,
Great. And you said what really piqued my interest. You said you have a continuous mix
yes, we
there.
do have VMI's Veramix installed underneath the platform there, and it's fully functional and operational. We have full automation processes feeding that system, both dry, blended, and in our bulk systems, as well as all the automated liquid systems for precise dosing and metering of that. We are,
Awesome.
we are utilizing things like our Clarity process management from Shick Esteve, which tracks all the ingredients, trends, accuracies, and that's all readily available on some of the monitors you may have seen in the video. So that's all live data captured, as well as reporting capabilities that we can provide on any of the tests that occur.
That's really neat. Now, with COVID and all, people are limited on the travels. Can you provide some insight on the training, maintenance, educational seminars available?
So yes, with COVID, we did experience quite a little delay this year on being able to kick off that activity. Our intent is to be able to bring customers and potential clients in, take them through the facility, let them see the equipment that they are currently using or may be using in the future, give them the ability to look at that, train on that, potentially in advance of putting in the equipment, as well as after, for maintenance purposes. There's something to be said about being in a environment where there's lower pressure than the bakery floor, to learn and get a chance to really tie into the equipment and not be under the pressures of getting something operational while you're learning how to maintain or manage your equipment. So.
Right. And if I were to come to your tech center, this is the
Mm-hmm.
tech center,
Yep.
we would be able to we would be able to take over the center and have our teams work in this really nice conference room. How would you take the safety precautions during COVID?
Obviously, today's safety precautions are a little different than last year's safety precautions, with the use of masks and sanitizers and things that we can do just like everybody else, trying to provide a safer environment. But we obviously all have all the latest technology in the lab, along with all the proper safeties on that equipment. We don't want anybody to be out here learning anything about new equipment and have an opportunity to get themselves or anyone else hurt. So.
That's awesome. That's really good to hear, the safety procedures in place. And as you can see here on my screen, like, this is the conference room, and outside the conference room, you can actually see people working out there.
Yep.
That's really neat. I love training centers like that, because it just, you can bring a team of people and half of them could be out there and half of them could be in the conference room.
Right.
I am also looking at your different equipment that you offer there. Can you bring me through on introducing me what these are?
So some of the things that don't jump out at a lot of people, but are definitely a part of what we're proud of at the Linksys Technology Center, is the fact that we've built this much like a bakery that you would see today. We've taken a specific approach to making it look like a food grade facility, even though we are not necessarily a bakery that's going to resell product or use any of this product. All the way from the wall construction and floor construction, drains. You'll see this picture here shows some of the concepts of even our structures and what we can do for clients that are looking for better sanitation, construction on even down to the platform, stairs, handrails. This happens to be a shot of the bulk ingredients, flour per se, and then pre-blends for feeding the VMI continuous mixer below. A lot of our partners, you'll see them showcased on our website and with some of the video content that we have that help us in a day-to-day installation, as well as they helped us bring this technology center to life. So we're proud of the equipment they've provided and what it can do for us.
Nice.
Japan back, that is the continuous mix. Like I said, we have a lot of controls and automation here. We've implemented a lot of the latest IoT components to allow for all of the data collection you may need for future maintenance and troubleshooting activities. We can showcase that as people come in to look at the equipment and understand how they can make that a practical implementation with the
Interesting.
equipment. So.
Yeah, this continuous mix system is just incredible. Just want to let you guys know that. How about this thing?
So these are the
Big
scale
one.
hoppers.
Yeah.
Basically, we vacuum receive all the ingredients from the hand dump and sifter room in the other side of the building. That just brings over our bulks. The pre-blend scale is again a vacuum receipt of whatever dry miners might be added to a flour carrier, so that if you're interested in proofing that the pre-blends can be integrated and accurately provided to your mixing process and the repeatability of that for good quality doughs, we can prove that out for you.
Yeah, that's really important in terms of accuracy.
Right. It allows us also to do some pre-hydration going
Mhm.
into the continuous mix and prove that you can pre-hydrate additional ingredients other than just your flours.
Exactly. That's great. And what do we have here?
So this is just a quick shot of some of the liquid ingredients that are being automated. Again, this is going to the pre-mix, but it also diverts can be done to fill bowls for batch if you're going to do a vertical mixing test or any of that type of testing. We can batch water for you, show the batching accuracies, the temperature control accuracies, all the things that you would want to prove as part of your process when you take it out of your hands and move it to automation.
Wow, that's a lot. And I am sure a lot of people are wondering, how to run their products through your system. So I think the first step is just to call you, and talk about your capabilities and schedule something to discuss, right?
Right, right.
So yeah, this has been incredible. Thank you for sharing what your new technology center can do. It's
Yep.
very impressive.
Thank you.
And when this whole COVID is over, I would love to come and see your continuous mix run.
Absolutely. We do have some tests set up to run. We've just started getting customers back in, even as early as this morning, we had a walkthrough with a new client. So as customers are able to travel, we are welcoming them into the
Okay.
facility. So,
All right. Thank you, Erin. Thanks
all
for
right.
coming on.
Thanks. Appreciate the time.